Hello, everybody, and welcome to Tuesday night of week number 2 of Utah Remote Con. Thank you so much for being here. We really appreciate your support as we are trying to raise money and drive donations for the JDRF Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation, which raises money to help find a cure for diabetes, as well as providing a lot of support for families of individuals who have been diagnosed with type 1 diabetes. So go check out their site, find out what they're about. Go to givebutter.com/Utah RemoteCon 2. That's where you can donate, and you can go ahead and buy raffle tickets that we are going to use to raffle off some great prizes. Tonight, we have 2 prizes that we're raffling off. The first one was for Cast Off. We had a wonderful hoodie that we are raffling off. It looks beautiful. You need to go to our Instagram page and check it out because it's amazing. We had a winner for that. It was Erica Startup. So congratulations, Erica, on that win. Great thing there for you. We also are giving away tonight 2 passes to FanX. I believe these are multi-passes. So that means you can go to FanX just for donating some money here, winning this raffle. So please go in and donate, buy some raffle tickets. That's very exciting and very fun. We really appreciate your support. Tonight, we are doing Movies That Make Us. So we're going to go ahead and get that started right now. I'm going to play our intro and then bring on the other 2 hosts of Movies That Make Us. Hey guys.
Oh, hey.
Hello.
I should start with welcome to another episode of Movies That Make Us. I'm Jake.
I'm Tracy.
And I'm Val.
If I don't do that, nobody will know who we are. So
Right? Well, you switched us all up during Cast Off that we were just on, so.
Oh my goodness.
I'm Jake.
I know you're Jake, Val's Tracy, and I'm Val. Somehow I feel like Val got the short end of that stick between the 3 of us.
No, I would be a winner. I'd be a winner right now.
Yeah, there you go. That was fun. If you guys didn't see that, you want to go check it out on the Soul and Droids YouTube channel. We just did another episode of Cast Off with Craig Price. You can also check it out on his Matinee Heroes YouTube channel. And it was a lot of fun. It was much closer than last week where Tracy just clobbered both of us. We all came out swinging this week, and it was 3-2-2 were the final scores. So it was a close game, came down to the last pick, and it was a lot of fun. And honestly, I would have watched any of our 3 movies instead of the actual Ocean's 8. I don't know if that's like setting the bar too low, but that's definitely how I feel about it. So how are you guys doing?
Good, man.
I'm tired, man. My phone just told me it was time for me to go to bed. So
shut up, phone.
I had to tell it to shut up. Yep, that's what I said. Shove it. I said, wrap it up, phone. Wrap it up.
Yeah, my phone told me it was time to take medicine, so I've got to do that at some point. So, but good. Well, it's good to see you guys. We haven't recorded together like this for a couple of weeks because we've been doing Remote Con, and there's been a lot going on. Hopefully, everybody's enjoying doing that. Tonight, we're talking about a movie that we all love, so it should be a good one. We're talking about Creed. I mean,
super excited.
Val's just got a big smile on her face. She's just ready to go. Let's talk about Creed.
We'll
jump right in.
Val.
I am missing my daughter's softball game for this, so I'm glad it's a good movie, because if you would have picked a crap one, I would have been mad.
Wow.
I'm glad that I picked a good one.
Sammy, we're sorry.
Sorry,
It's
Sammy.
fine. If I wasn't doing this, I would have probably been in bed. It starts at 8:30. Like that's way past my bedtime.
That's a late start for a softball game.
8:30, yeah.
Yeah, they rotate. Next week it's at 6:30, so I will be at that one.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah. Wow, 8:30 is late. We are old.
We're so old right now. Like we just sound like the oldest people in the world.
Val at least has an excuse because what she does for work and what time she has to get up. But Tracy,
Right.
you and I, like 8:30, that's a late start. I don't know. That's a long game.
I have to be logged into the computer at 7 a.m. tomorrow. I'm like, how am I going to do this? This sucks.
I'll wake you up.
Yeah.
That could be your wake up call.
She's not doing anything at 7 o'clock in the morning anyway, Tracy.
No.
I
She
mean,
can call
it's not a hard job. Let's be real.
Shh. It's very difficult.
Today I got to push some buttons, and I usually don't get to do that.
Hey,
Oh, cool.
Yeah, they let me push buttons today.
you pulled a John Smith.
Yeah.
Our friend
John and I went
Smith.
to school together, by the way. We both went,
That's
we
right.
both graduated from Taylorsville High School the same year, and we both ended up in radio. So that tells you how well that school teaches kids.
What's really weird is there are a lot of Utah radio personalities that went to school at Taylorsville.
Yeah.
Like more
Yeah, I
than
know.
you would
We all
think.
went to school together, and we're all just, I mean, we're fine. Sure.
Fine.
We're all average. Our grades were all average grades.
But you all became wonderful adults and good parents. So
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
We're all good parents. I mean, I don't know all of them, but I mean, for the most part, we are.
I'm giving them a benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
I don't give people the benefit of the doubt.
I'm just kidding. I'm sure Taylorsville is a great school.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, Taylorsville's fun.
Well, it is now.
Yeah. Now that all the
It's been a
hoodlums are out.
It's been a great school it's a great baseball school.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is the least interesting episode we've ever done of the show so far. So we should probably
Not the most riveting entrance we've ever made. However, right?
listen. We just did an hour of cast off, and like I've tried to explain this to people that don't know it, but I think that the two of you are similar to me. They think if you get on and you do something like this that you're a very extroverted person, and I'm not in actuality. And so to do this, like you're on stage is what it feels like to me. And then it's tiring. So to do back to back, so I'm sorry, you're not getting my best. Well, you'll still get the best I've got left.
Tanks are a little low tonight.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, before we jump into the movie, there's some like crazy happenings in the movie world right now.
Yeah.
With all these studios.
Yeah.
I mean, you've
It's
now
a
have
free for all.
AT&T selling off Warner Brothers and
Yeah.
HBO Max, who is planning on going over to Discovery. So does Discovery Plus stay? Does HBO Max stay? Do they?
Yeah, like
merge?
HBO Max just talked to everybody into like subscribing. Bye, love you. And
Oh, I thought it was Sammy.
well, it's Dave is gonna go be a parent tonight and root Sammy on, so and send
Okay.
me videos. So but yeah, like they just did this huge campaign for
Right.
everybody to subscribe to HBO Max, and now they're gonna change. Like, what the heck is going? It feels like a DC movie. Like, what the heck is going on?
That's a really good point.
It's really weird. And I thought that same thing when I saw that Discovery is who may end up with HBO Max and Warner Media. And I was like, well, I'm glad I signed up for Discovery Plus recently, mainly because I like House Hunters. All right. So I just signed right up. $5 a month. Yeah. Sign me up for House
I
Hunters.
honestly think if we all pulled our money, we could maybe be in the running for Stolen Droids to own HBO Max.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like it's up in the air. I feel like it's just out there floating.
Well, it's weird because this isn't like, I don't want to say redheaded stepchild because I don't have anything against actual redheaded stepchildren, but this is like the thing out there that nobody wants, but it really isn't because it's got a lot of really appealing and attractive things that are attached.
They've got like 40 million subscribers.
Yeah.
It's not like this is a startup. I mean, come on.
Yeah. Disney will probably end up buying them all.
It wouldn't surprise me.
I
But
don't know.
yeah, just
I don't know. I don't know that Disney would just because HBO,
I wouldn't be mad at it.
Oh, but speaking of HBO Max, the other big news is Dune will be in theaters only and will not be debuting on HBO Max same day.
Yeah. So let's talk about that, the whole deal that they did to try to get me to subscribe. And then they did the bait and switch on the one movie that I actually cared about possibly being able to see. However,
you were going to sign up for Mortal Kombat. Come on.
no, Mortal Kombat I could have cared less about. You guys know that about me.
I mean, it wouldn't have been a bad move. It wouldn't have been a bad move.
Although I am excited about In the Heights. I've heard really good things about In the Heights. But I'm okay with this because I think that the landscape, as far as the pandemic goes, has changed so drastically over the last week in a good way, that moves like that make sense. I mean, all of a sudden you've got the CDC. The biggest thing, the CDC coming out last week and saying if you're fully vaccinated, you can basically go back to normal life.
Yeah.
And that's huge because that gives you personally, you yourself can control an inline, like an end date. Okay, if I haven't gotten my vaccine, I'm going to go out and get my vaccine because now I can go and do whatever I want.
Right.
And
this is a movie that is going to just be bonkers on the big screen. Like,
yeah, I agree.
I can guarantee you see this on the biggest screen possible.
Yeah, I would agree with that 100%. So that and Space Jam Legacy. I mean, you've got to see that on the biggest screen possible.
I'm just bummed because I was planning on watching it in the theater and then going home and watching it again. So
yeah, and I think that's the really bummer part about it. Yeah, that's the real bummer about it is that, yeah, I'm fine going to see the movie.
I was going to rent a theater.
Really? For Dune?
That would be awesome.
Or for Space Jam?
No, for Space Jam.
Okay,
for Space Jam.
Yeah.
Like, I was just going to rent out a theater and invite all my friends that were going to be like, Val, can you get me some tickets to Space Jam? And I was going to be like, yeah, are you going to be my friend forever now? And they'd be like, yeah. And then my life would change and everything would be good. But no, I'm not going to do it now.
This sounds like
my life is going to remain the same.
This sounds like a good plot to a movie itself. Yeah. Like, Val had one dream, best friends forever. I just got to rent out this theater and then everybody will be my friend.
A dream to show Space Jam to her friends.
That's a weird dream.
My
Val.
therapist gave me rules. My therapist gave me goals that I need to have more friends. And so I'm trying to come up with ideas to like get them. And the only thing I can think of is bribery and gifts.
Well, that's a good start.
Those are good things. Yeah.
Yeah. I've heard most good friendships start with either a bribe or a gift. So, you know, I think you're on the right track.
Long-lasting ones usually do.
Yeah. Robert would like to say, no dream judgment here, Val.
See,
I did say we could do better dreams. Robert's always got our back. I just always appreciate it when Robert stops by because he builds all of us up, and I like that.
It's true.
I just feel like that's a very achievable dream, though.
Robert has something in it. Robert has something in common with the movie Creed for me. Is that every time I think of the movie Creed or I watch the movie Creed, it makes me super happy. Every time I see Robert's name, I think of his Instagram page, which immediately makes me smile.
Yep.
So therefore happy. Both of those things, Creed, Robert, happiness.
Yeah. Robert's Instagram page, if you guys don't know, is Action Figure Theater.
Oh, it's so
Robert,
good.
correct me if I'm wrong. But Action Figure Theater, and it is awesome. The pictures that he takes of his action figures, and the different themes that he picks, like every day, if it's like a national whatever day, it's just fun. And he finds really cool, like the other day it was an Islamic holiday that I wasn't familiar with at all. And he found an action figure of a Green Lantern who's Muslim, as well as I believe Miss Marvel in the picture. And it's just really cool because he finds these heroes that match up with different culture and the diversity that's out there in comics and everything else. So awesome. All right. And he says that's it. Action Figure Theater. So go check it out on Instagram. So anyway,
are we going to talk about Creed? Because I wore my muscle shirt so that I could be all creeded up.
You're getting some guns.
This one you can see like more because there's no tattoo, but I've got some muscle happening.
You got some
Yeah.
definition
It's
going.
little
Yeah.
right now, but
That's
I'm getting swole.
Yeah.
I should never say that again, but
Well,
I tried. I was trying
that's
something
very
new.
cheeky of you.
It
tried
didn't
it.
work out.
Tried it. Yeah. Let's just hang
I'm gonna
that one back on the
retire it.
shelf,
I'm
and
gonna
we'll just
retire
kind of.
it.
I think we should have just going forward a no swole rule
I think that's a
for
good
movies
call.
that make us. So, just all three of us will make a pact.
That's not
right
going to get
now.
me new friends. That's
Yeah.
definitely not going to get me
that
new
one's-
friends.
That one's not. No.
So when I heard that they were doing a Creed movie, I had some very mixed feelings about it. I love the Rocky movies. I love the series. By and large, there's probably one in there that I can kind of take or leave. But for the most part, I love the series. And I felt that Rocky Balboa really kind of wrapped up the series. And even when they announced that one, I was kind of like, really, do we need to go back to this after
Right.
Rocky 5? But I was glad that we ended with Rocky Balboa instead of Rocky 5. And then along comes Creed, and I thought, do we need this or do we not need this?
It's not a Rocky movie. It's a Creed movie.
Okay.
It's in the Rocky cinematic universe.
Right. And so I think it's needed because it's nice to see the other side of the story there. We get to see Rocky and he's beloved, but it's kind of like he's passing the torch.
Right.
And making things right. Like, and I just, yeah, I'm with you. I love the Rocky movies. Like you watch them, they make you feel good. You know, I feel like every time you get done watching a Rocky movie, you just like feel like you want to go out and do something, right? It just like gives you this energy. And that's what a good movie is. I love sports movies, but I really love these movies. And Creed 2, man, they came out at a time in my life where I needed it. You know, like when certain movies like happen like that for you, and these were just they kind of happened at the time of my life where I needed something like this to help me push. And that's the power of movies. Like, I know like some people may not love these movies or like these movies, but for me, it was like this weird thing that happened in the universe. And so I've got a special connection, but you know, I'm so glad that we got to watch this movie again because I haven't seen it in a while. I usually go to Creed 2, but I'm just happy. Like I've got energy and I'm every time I watch it, I'm just enthralled. Like I can't get close enough to the screen. You know, I'm just like getting closer and closer.
Yeah. Yeah, this one, I'm with you guys. When I first heard that they were making this movie, I was like, really? Do we need this? Is this just going to be a cash grab? And it's not. It's a very well thought out, very smart film. Ryan Coogler just knocked this thing out of the park.
Yeah, and it very well could have been just a cash grab. But like you said, Val, this isn't a Rocky movie, it's a Creed movie. And I think that's a really huge distinction between Creed and Creed 2 over the Rocky movies, because although they do take place in the Rocky cinematic universe, obviously, and they're a continuation of some form of the Rocky story, but he's just a small part of this. And they really did make it about Creed and him coming into his own and living with that name and what that means for him. And it's his own story. I mean, the story that we get from Michael B. Jordan's character in this and in Creed 2 is amazing. And to the point now where they're talking about in Creed 3, Sylvester Stallone has kind of said he's probably not coming back as Rocky.
No, he absolutely said he's not going to be in it.
Yep.
Yeah, he absolutely said he's not.
I know, but actors say he's absolutely whatever, and then they end up showing up anyway. But
I believe this one.
I do too. I'm just saying stuff happens.
Sure.
So I think that you're right. I don't think he's going to be in it. I think absolutely he's not going to be in it. And when I heard that, I was like, you know what? I'm okay with that because this isn't a Rocky movie anymore. They said, you know what? There's a story to be told here, but it's not Rocky's. It's Creed's, and they did that. And I like the the way they did that, especially in a time where we do all these reboots and continuations and spin-offs and everything else. This is how you do it right. And that's refreshing compared to a lot of other franchises who have done it so right.
I'm really hopeful that they don't try and tie in for the next opponent, the antagonist of this next movie. I really hope that it is just a brand new character. I don't want anybody that's tied into the Rocky universe that's now making an appearance again, because again, give that character his separation, let him develop something on his own, let him develop new people to go up against. After you pull in Drago's kid, I don't know where else you could go with that. And
yeah, he killed off the last of the demons, really, by having him face Drago's Junior there. I don't want to call him Junior anything because the guy is a monster, and I don't want to.
He's also like the nicest big guy ever. If you follow him on Instagram, and you should, he's just like a big teddy bear. He's like a super rad guy. I have to say though, like, this movie made Michael B. Jordan. Michael B. Jordan had done some things before this movie, but I think this movie showed that he can carry a movie on his own. It was so well written, and he did these scenes so amazingly. So many good quotes, but just so many great moments. I mean, he did Creed, and then he moved into Black Panther, and Without Remorse was this year. Without Remorse was kind of lame. But Just Mercy, we're all going to forget about Fantastic Four. Before that, he did Fruitvale Station, and Fruitvale Station is actually really great, but I think it was just, it was missed by a lot of people. Like, people are going back and watching it now, but it was just overlooked. But 2018 was huge for him because he had Fahrenheit 451, he had Black Panther, he had Creed 2, like all in that same year. But it was really this, Creed and Fantastic Four in the same year. You had one crap movie and one amazing movie. And luckily everybody went off the amazing movie because it was so great. And he is so great in it. And I don't think he would have been put in Black Panther if it wasn't for this. Because his character in Black Panther is, I mean, I love it.
Great. Yeah. And it's fun too, because Ryan Coogler, the director, did both of those.
Yeah.
He did Creed. He also did Black Panther.
Yeah. And he just gave him all the chances, and they picked right. I have to say, the cinematography, and I know we always say that, but sports movies are hard, and you've got the cinematography. You're trying to get the feel of the Rocky movies because they do have a specific coloring and feel about them. You know, you kind of got to feel gritty, but at the same time, you know, you've got to feel comfortable. But there's some shots, like that shot when he gets punched out and it's slow motion to the ground, and then his body just comes up off, and then like the glove, and then it's just, oh my God, like I just got tingles again, and then he just like comes up out of it. Oh my gosh, so good.
We are sharing a brain, Val. When I was rewatching this, I was like, okay, the thing that I love is the choreography between the camera operator and the actors is phenomenal in this movie. It's probably some of the best boxing since Raging Bull. And what he does is he's got that camera right up into this. These aren't long lenses that he's using. No. With a long lens, you can stand further back. He's like, the camera operator is in the ring with these actors.
He's getting sweat on him, man.
Who's got and those guys, and it's great too, because it's like a dance. They like, you know, they clutch each other, and then they break, and then they spin, and then he's on this side, and then the camera's rotating this way. But that shot, as brutal as it is so beautiful. The way he gets hit, and the great thing is, when you're doing this kind of choreography with the camera and the actors, you really feel like you're part of it. You really feel like you're in there. And so that gives even more, when that punch comes, you feel it even deeper.
Yeah.
And a lot of other lesser directors and editors would have gone with a lot of quick cuts and a lot of, you know, cutaway shots.
Just faking it. Yeah.
Yeah, and you don't need to, because some of these shots go on for like a minute to a minute and a half. And that's a long time in fight choreography to remember all the moves and to sell it and do it well.
Yeah.
Robert had a question. Did Coogler direct Fruitvale Station? And I don't know. But I definitely think that it was, I'm just conjecture here. I don't know his mind. But I do think
his first feature.
Yeah. So I do think that he knew there was something in there, but I think he really brought it out in Creed.
Yeah.
Like Fruitvale Station, it's just so different. But I think that Creed really, you could tell he could carry a movie that people are going to pay money to see.
Mm-hmm.
And those theaters were packed because I went to a screening, then I went and paid for it myself, and then I went and paid for it again. Like, I could not get enough of this film on the big screen. And one of the reasons is because of the fight scenes and the choreography. And with any Rocky movie that you're going to get, you want that soundtrack. And the soundtrack to this movie is phenomenal. And the way that music moves you through it.
Yeah, it's so true. The music, traditionally in the Rocky movies that are the classics, like, you've got a great score, but then it is such a product of its time. It is that rock ballad 80s style that you're used to. This is so different in the style of music that it is, but it is such a reflection of the characters that we're seeing on screen and the feelings you're supposed to be feeling. And I think it's a reflection. Obviously, it's a reflection of the times and that we live in now and everything else. But it is so phenomenal. Start to finish, the soundtrack is just great. And if you're wanting something to like get you going while you're walking or running,
I use it for the gym all the time. Literally, like the credits came up, the lights came on at the press screening, and as soon as I could turn my phone on, I bought the album. And I think that's like the first thing I posted was, I can't tell you anything about this movie yet, but get the soundtrack. Like, go get it, because it's just, it's great.
It was because of Val's recommendation on how strongly she reacted to this movie, which made me go and see it. I was on the fence, and when Val was like, this is legit and it's solid, I was like, okay, I need to go check this out.
Thanks.
It's true.
I mean, and you got, like, with the Rocky movies, every time they have a training scene, it's that you've got the music, you've got the quick punches, you've got the lifting up. And when they're training him in that other gym, and they're doing all the punching and they're doing it, like, it's just like you're getting revved up, right? And you're like, I almost think, because there are some in the Rocky movies that I love, like, they're classic, but I almost think the cuts here are so much better. Like, they're so much cleaner, and I don't know, like, it hits a little bit harder, that scene. And then, of course, the scene where he's running up the street and you've got all of the people following him. Like, that's like, again, this whole movie just gives me chills, because
I love that's an homage to the original Rocky running up the stairs, but they gave it its own twist to it, which I love. I thought that was great.
Yeah, no, they did so many things that are really small, like, okay, we've seen this before. These are the things that we're comfortable with, but they're his experiences. And I loved it when he's like, Rocky, I came here for you to train me, not, this guy. And he's like, I am training you. I'm training you here. Like, we're here. He's like, I can't do this anymore, so you're going to do it with him, but I'm right here with you. I'm here. And I love it. Like, one of my favorite scenes and favorite quotes is when they tie their feet together, and he's one step at a time, one punch at a time, one step at a time, one punch at a time. And it's just like life, right? You have to take it one step at a time. Think about this, think about this. And then he brings it back, at the end. And he's like, it's one step at a time, one punch at a time, one win at a time. Yeah, one round at a time. And so it's Rocky has always been about life and about how you figure out your win. And they brought all of that, everything that we love about those Rocky movies here, but for a new generation, which I love. And they did it the right way, because, like you said, some of those movies where they're like, okay, this is going to work, it's going to be a twist, we're updating it for a new generation, it doesn't always hit right.
Yeah. This to me is like a good cover song. I don't like it when a band plays another band's song and makes it sound exactly like the original. I
Right.
want you to put your own spin on it. I want something different. Like, I love the original. Give me the original, but with something new to it.
And I feel like
without abandoning everything that was so good in the first one.
I think this is even more than that. Like, to me, this is like the new Weezer album, Van Weezer, where it's like supposed to sound like a certain sound, but it's not even a cover song. It's like an homage to that, but it's still their own thing. And I love that album more than I probably should, because it's, but it's great. But I think they saw that there was a story to be told here. And I love that they go back to what happened with Creed's family.
Yeah.
With Apollo Creed's family after he died, because we don't get to see that in the Rocky movies.
Right,
and it's all about Rocky and his struggles, and they lose everything, and then they get stuff back, and then they lose everything again, and whatever, but like the relationship between Adonis and Creed's wife,
yeah,
who she takes him in, right? It's not her son. And she takes him in, wants to give him everything and every opportunity. And when he wants to box, she doesn't want him near the ring, because she loves him and cares about him.
Right.
And she saw what it did to her husband and the life and how it destroyed him. And just the conflicts that go, like, it's just so well done, like, from every aspect.
There's so much to mine there. And that's what I love, because sometimes we get these remakes and it's a cash grab. There's not a story there. And in this one, there is so much stuff that you can mine from. And in Creed 2 that now that's why I'm hoping they're breaking out into new ground with Creed 3.
Well, and the cast is like amazing in this movie. You've got Rocky, who I think Sylvester Stallone does a great job. Like, he's in some other movies that don't belong to Rocky, and he's not amazing, right? But I do think that he really does it for me in this film. And then, of course, Michael B. Jordan, Tessa Thompson, man, like, you can't lose. But when I saw that Felicia Rashad was going to be in this movie, I was really excited, because I do think that she is an underrated actress. We all know she's freaking amazingly smart. I think she's like the dean at Howard now.
Yeah.
She hits this role. There are certain parts of this role in both movies that she hits. She doesn't have to say anything.
Oh, totally.
And you feel everything that she wants you to. She commands it. And it's so quiet and so, nonchalant, but it's there, and it's believable. And I don't know that I know another actress that hits it like her. And we just don't see her. We don't see her enough.
Right.
Yep.
I love that scene when we're first introduced to the young Creed, right at the beginning of the movie. And you're right. She gives him this look like, the second you see that look, you're in trouble. You've done something wrong.
Yep. I love Tessa Thompson in this. This is obviously before she's any kind of name or anything either, but she's amazing in this. I love her character. I do love that she's got a little bit of hearing loss going on there, and obviously that plays into Creed 2. And there's just some powerful things that go along with that. Let's see. And the casting of Felicia Rashad as Mary Ann Creed goes back to Val's point of bringing us something comfortable and familiar, Claire Huxtable, and putting a different spin on it to make her accessible to both Adonis and the audience.
Yeah, that's good.
For sure.
Absolutely. And this was
have Robert on as a guest sometime. We need to have Robert.
I know. Why haven't we had him on yet? Pick a movie, Robert. Let us know.
You're welcome anytime.
So many fun. This movie, has like some serious moments, but it has some like pretty fun moments. Like we all remember, like he's ready to do his first fight, and he's in there, he's like, cut my gloves off, and he's like, what, we're about to do this, cut my gloves off. And I love that because it's so real.
Yes.
You don't see that. We've all had that moment where we've been so nervous or so upset about something, and we're like, hold up, I
gotta take care of some
I gotta
stuff.
go, you know. And then when they bring it back in the second movie, when she does it in sign language, you know, like she's like,
you have to. He's like, no,
no, I'm good. But no, I just like that, you know, those moments like that are so great. And then when Sylvester Stallone wakes him up after he moves into the house and it's the first morning and he turns on the music and he's like doing these dad moves, like you just don't see him doing that in any other movie. Like he's just like shuffling back and forth and like doing this stuff, and I just love it so much.
Yeah, I do feel like anytime that they ask him to step into the Rocky role, he really does bring a new level of his acting. You know what I mean? It's like this, there's like Sylvester Stallone, really good Sylvester Stallone, and then Sylvester Stallone playing Rocky, and whatever stage of life he's playing him in, you can tell he just has so much love for that character. And he really just brings everything he can to that character.
I'm very interested to see him in Suicide Squad as King Shark. I mean, I love the fact that you have one of the biggest action hero movies doing the voice of a kind of slow-witted but lovable shark who also eats people. I'm excited for that one. James Gunn said he wrote it for Sylvester Stallone before casting him in the hopes that he would do it. So he's like, it's kind of fun to be able to write for these big actors and then have them agree to join. So,
yeah, I don't know. He's probably going to die. Every time I bring up a character from Suicide Squad or an actor, they're like, "Oh yeah, that guy's probably going to die." Or
they're all going to die. Harley will probably make it, but just about
she'll make it, and John Cena's character will probably make it, and then that'll be it.
I don't know. I'm going to go with Black Superman.
Black Jesus, Black Superman, Idris Elba. How many different weird titles are we going to give Idris? Not weird.
Right.
That's not the right word, because Black Superman comes from Hobbs and Shaw, right? Isn't that where he calls himself that? I don't think anybody's referred to him as Black Jesus yet, Tracy. That one's new.
Oh, I'm sure people have. You haven't been there.
Fair enough.
But I do love the fact that this movie was such a launching pad for so many people. I mean, Tessa Thompson, Michael B. Jordan, Ryan Coogler. I mean, this just exploded them into the mainstream, which is so cool.
Yeah. I love
that.
It
wasn't a big budget movie. There wasn't a ton of marketing behind this. This had incredible word of mouth that drove the box office and the people to go see it.
Yeah.
And a lot of young people did go and see it. I know, because I was sitting next to their annoying butts in the theater, as like they wouldn't get off. That's why to go see it a third time, because they were loud and annoying and crappy, but they went and paid to see the movie. So I was excited about that. But I mean, it did what it was supposed to do. And that's why, like, I'm a little cautious about Creed 3. I'm excited that Michael B. Jordan has more of his hooks into the movie. You know, I'm excited that Sylvester Stallone is stepping back and saying, okay, I gave you some training wheels on the first two movies. Now I'm going to, you know, push you off and you're going to do it on your own. But at the same time, kind of like you said, Tracy, like, where are you going to go now? What is this going to do? Like, honestly, I hope that this is the last one, as much as I love these films. And I hope that he learns something different about himself and passes something else on to someone else. You know what I mean?
Correct me if I'm wrong, this will be his feature debut as a director, correct?
Yes, I believe so.
So I'm excited to see what he brings behind the camera.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting. I hope. I mean, he's got a kid now. He's now a family man. We've saw this with, you know, Sylvester Stallone in the Rocky movies on how that changed the whole dynamic of everything. And so it'll be interesting to see how it goes. But
yeah. Well, it's a shorter episode for us today because we've got to wrap up at a certain time and everything. And so let's go ahead and give this one a grade.
I mean, I think you guys know mine.
So Val's giving it a solid C.
See, come on, why haven't you watched this yet? If you haven't watched it,
well, why haven't you watched it recently?
I give it a solid A, man. Like it is this movie. If you give it a chance and you just go in thinking you're going to watch a good sports movie, you're going to get so much more. You're going to get heart. You're going to get good script. You're going to get good fight choreography if you're into that. I don't even care about boxing in real life, but these movies make me love boxing so much. Like it's almost my favorite sport because of these movies. So like it's got so much going for it. So solid A.
Yeah. It's an A for me as well. Tracy, what about you?
It's the rare A trifecta, friends.
Yay!
We've not had very many of these, but this one.
What was our other A trifecta?
Chef was another one.
Chef,
and I think Schindler's List.
Yeah, well, okay, but you can't give Schindler's List less. Like
legally, I don't think you can.
Yeah, it's not allowed.
You can't make out in the movie either. So
yeah,
can't make out during Schindler's
People have done that.
It's a Seinfeld episode.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry.
I'm sure people have.
But like I said, I love the fact that this takes something familiar, gives it a fresh outlook. There's story there. The acting's phenomenal. The directing is great. The cinematography is strong. If you haven't watched it in a while, go back and revisit it, because that's what I did this week, and just I'm like, I got to watch this more often.
Yeah, and I agree. Like there's really not a weak spot in this movie anywhere. I mean, show me where the script is weak, or I mean, obviously you probably could if you wanted to really sit and pick it apart.
But why? Like,
but
why
don't.
do it?
Right. Yeah. At that point, you're just going for the most minutiae stuff.
Yeah.
So it's an A for us. So this is a AAA rated movie. We should start putting a list together on our Facebook page.
Good idea.
These are the AAA rated
movies.
Comment. Okay, hold on.
Because Robert's really clever.
Trifect A.
It's not bringing up the new comments for me.
No. Would you say this movie is swole?
Trifect A.
This movie is swole.
No, it's not. Nothing is swole.
We just made a pact. We made a pact at the beginning of the movie, or of the episode, that we weren't going to say that word anymore.
Never again.
Oh man. That somehow made it so much worse. That made it so much worse.
That should be the title of the episode now.
No.
I don't know how to behindhand whisper and type that out. That makes it worse somehow. Coming into the room and being like, I'm swole is one thing, but being like, so swole. You're saying something naughty at that point.
I love it so much. I'm just going to walk up to people from now on and walk away. I know that's also how I'm not going to gain new friends, but I don't care because it's funny.
Well, you might gain some new friends, Val.
Not ones that I
want. We're looking for.
I don't need more
right
of that.
Now.
I don't need more of that in my life.
Your therapist will be happy. We'll worry about quality later.
But quality is a part of it. I won't get into my therapy much more, but yeah, it's finding friends that don't want anything from me except for to be my friend. That's kind of hard to find sometimes.
I like that. That's a good goal.
So of course I'm going to start with bribery and gifts.
Space Jam.
Bribery, Space Jam. What else do you need, really? That's it.
You know what? You know how I know I will find a really good new friend? I will invite them to a screening of Jiu-Jitsu, and if they show up, I know they really like me or they love horrible movies. That movie is trash.
Yeah.
I'm really just here for you, Val. This movie's trash, but I love you.
I would, because I'm intrigued by that film, and I love you. I would go see it with you.
It's awful. If you showed up, I would say, we're not going to watch this. Thank you for showing up, but I'm not going to put you through this because I care about you too much. It's trash.
Yeah. But if anybody else shows up, she's going to make you watch it because you were stupid enough to show up. So.
I get like the special back, like the back entrance.
Like you're already friends. You're already good friends. So you get the good friends discount of not having to watch it.
It's like the hidden entrance into the Haunted Mansion, you know?
What?
Yeah.
Wait, we're going to the Haunted Mansion? There's a
entrance.
What?
I want to go in there.
They're doing it right now is because they're trying to space people out. You bypass the elevator, and you basically go right into the portrait hall.
Oh.
So it's, you know how there's the emergency exits right there before you board?
Yeah.
That's where you enter.
Oh, okay.
So
there's
been some videos that were released this week of people who got to do it. And I'm like, oh, that's cool.
I mean, I guess. Is it?
I'm a Disney nerd, so
I know, and I'm with you, like the Disney nerd. Anyway, we are Disney nerds. All right. Well, I mean, there you guys go. Creed, go watch it. AAA rated, trifecta.
That's the name of the show, trifecta.
Well, it's much better than Tracy. No, stop. Stop.
Tracy. Wait, you do it this way, and I'll do it this way at the same. So we've now put it. We've now encapsulated it into a swole cylinder, cylinder of swole.
Yeah, it's contained. The scene is safe.
Oh my gosh.
It's been a long day, man.
There are days when I miss
my
classes.
Wait, bring up Ty's comment if it'll let you.
Oh, here, I'll do it.
She just changed my email address to
how do I even do a show with you? I don't even know how we do a show together. I don't.
It's because he makes amazing food.
He does, but I didn't know about that until recently. So that keeps him in. But how did we even start this process? No, it's good that we don't always agree.
We love you, Ty.
All right. Well, I do have a winner
except for on Tuesdays
for the raffle for the FanX multi passes.
Nice.
So a very, very big congratulations to Quinn Becker.
Congrats, Quinn.
So congratulations, Quinn, on that. If you guys want to win cool prizes like the really cool hoodie that we gave away today, as well as the FanX multi passes that we gave away today, then you need to buy raffle tickets at givebutter.com/Utah.
You need to buy more. I have won nothing, including cast off. Like, I just need to buy more raffle tickets so I can be a winner of something.
You're a winner in our hearts, Val.
If you'd like, you can buy them in Val's name if you want.
Be willing to donate the gift to Val.
I'm okay. I've got so many things, including this that Ty gave me. So this is how he keeps me in.
Cool.
That's the secret right there. That's how you do a show together.
He feeds me and then he gives me this.
Ty, well done.
I can see now. I'm beginning to understand why you see bribery as the foundation of relationship.
I learned it from you.
I'm also Italian. That's what we do, you know.
I learned it from you.
What do you need?
I learned it from you, Dad. All right. Well, thanks so much for watching, everybody. We really appreciate it. Go donate money. We never ask you to do anything except subscribe to our channel. So now we're asking you to subscribe to our channel and donate money. All right. So just do it.
It's for a great cause.
Yep, absolutely. Thank you, everybody. Have a great night.
Good night, everybody.
Bye.